Hello friends, Speedball Mike Bailey here, and you are listening to WrestleCast Radio.
Hey, this is Joe Doring. I'm here at world famous Corcoran Hall.
What's going on? It's Sammy Guevara, the best ever.
Hi everyone, this is William Hung from American Idol, and you're listening to the WrestleCast Radio.
Hello there, this is the aerial assassin Will Ospreay coming from you live from the Tokyo Dome in Japan, and you are listening to WrestleCast Radio.
Digital Media Champion Joe Henry here.
Hey, what's up guys from WrestleCast Radio? This is Humberto Carrillo.
This is Flip Gordon.
Hey, hello to all my friends of WrestleCast Radio.
This is Austin Theory, and you're listening to WrestleCast Radio all day.
Greetings and salutations to all the listeners of WrestleCast Radio. This is the Fallen Angel, Christopher Daniels.
What's going on? This is the man of the hour, Leo Rush. And you are officially listening to WrestleCast Radio.
With your boy, Tuco Scorpio. Getting ready to open up this show live, right here on the WrestleCast Radio.
What's good? It's your boy, the coach from the WWE. There's a lot of wrestling shows out there. There's a lot of talking heads out there. But nobody says more with less than WrestleCast Radio. You may not always agree with what they say. You might not always agree with what they do. But the one thing you will do is listen. WrestleCast Radio is on the air.
To wake up, there's a war inside. Bless them martyrs, kiss them all goodbye. We can stay walking on the dotted line, or we can make our own. I'm not afraid, I'm ready for the other side.
This is WrestleCast Radio.
Everything that you really fucking
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live coming at you here. It is episode 243 on the WrestleCast, and we just got done watching something before this show that we'll get into here. But mainly the main event is what we watched because Alex needed to check it out. And Alex, how's your evening gone before we jumped on after seeing that shit? My lord.
Evening was great. Work went well. Sold a shit ton of stuff. Sold $200,000 worth of product at this one account, and it's just the end of October. My boss was like, it's my big accounts in this area, on my routes, I should say. And he was like, we've never done that. I'm like 10% over year, and it's only the end of October. So New York, here I come. And then got a good lift in. I feel good. Trying to get my Yoda Suji on, and then had a delicious dinner, and then I was like, Ryan, let's watch some Iyo Sky, Mayu Iwatani from Marigold Grand Destiny from this past Sunday, a pay-per-view, Wrestle Universe sponsored a pay-per-view, because I was ignorant, Ryan, forgetting the last time Iyo Sky appeared for Marigold. It was also, I believe, for a pay-per-view when she, who did she fight last?
Tommy Hayashishita, I believe it was.
Hayashishita, yes, thank you. Back in the summer here, and I could see why that was probably the price of admission just for the match alone. As they were in Ryogoku, the WWE were just there, a little over a week ago. Has held some pretty big events this year. And I apologize. Iyo Sky was 2024, not this year. It was last year, 2024, right when the promotion was just starting out. For Roxy and the girls.
Sorry, 3450 is what they got.
But yeah, this match, I heard a little bit about it. Nothing too crazy, as I've been a little bit preoccupied with some personal stuff here, hence the no-show last week. But Ryan and the gang doing some awesome wrestle drafts, as you can find out on the WrestleCast network, wherever you podcast. Search out WrestleCast Radio. Check out the fun stuff that we have currently and coming out. Ryan, you talked about it a little bit, but like you said with the Go Shiozaki, why can't I think? Kento Miyahara match from All Japan. I was like, stop hyping it up before I see it, because I'm already going to go in thinking, 5 stars. I want to go in as fresh. That's why I stopped watching movie trailers, ladies and germs. But boy, this did not disappoint. But first comes first, man. I got to ask you one question. Did Megaton ever have a chance against Minoru Suzuki?
No, it was quite humorous too, because Megaton was talking hella shit, and then when she found out it was Minoru Suzuki, she became very cowardly for the first time in her Marigold long time.
And she's like a shit heel?
Yeah, she's just like a douchebag heel. And then she found out she thought it was just going to be some like young girl or something, and not Minoru Suzuki. And he's out there smacking her and shit. They're fighting, and eventually he gets her. He gets her up for the gotch, and she taps out on the leg before he could pile drive her.
Does he pile drive her anyway?
No,
he's murder grandpa.
No, he just set her down then.
Nice. How come Gigaton didn't come out to help Megaton?
Because Gigaton was part of the winning team in the second match. It was the like lethal lottery type thing where the teams kind of come out in order, and it's whatever the last team standing type thing is. I can't remember what the stipulation they call it.
Nice.
I wonder if I click on this, it tells me the stipulation. In a gauntlet. Thank you. The word I was looking for was a gauntlet tag match. So
how did Darkness Revolution look in this gauntlet tag match?
I am a huge fan of Nagisa Nozaki. Rei Seto is this little like mousy looking girl. He usually isn't too good, but I don't know what got into her at this show, because she was working her ass off. Nagisa Nozaki is one of the best heels in Marigold. She's got a lot of like douchebag Saki Akai, like prissy girl to her, but she's also like very. She's almost like.
Hey, don't besmirch Saki Akai.
No, by no means. But Nozaki almost is like a cyberpunk in a way, so she's kind of like a douchebag with the cockiness.
I can visualize that.
Tough girl. But Rei Seto was somebody who, before Darkness Revolution, she was like Master Wato to me. She was just this geek who ran around and got beat up the whole time. But now she's this scrappy looking, I don't even know, kind of a fighter. It was not what I expected after my break of Marigold, but that
cyberpunk definitely changed her character.
They beat Shantoya and Arina Yamanaka. Arina Yamanaka is this, I think she's an idol that they're really trying to establish and get over. She's this like, tall, elegant, beautiful woman who I think it was Shoko Kushino who was with Gigaton was singing. But I think Arina Yamanaka comes from some kind of a background like that. But Shantoya's Shanyota's is a pretty good worker too. I thought they would have made it to the end. I didn't think Gigaton and Shoko Kushino would have won, but thinking back with her and the singing entrance and stuff, that I'm like, okay, they're definitely trying to push her. But I would have pulled more for Yamanaka or the Nozaki Seto team. And like I said, Hummingbird goes down in 3 minutes. Her and now Ishikawa losing to Amanami Yuki and Nagisa Tachibana.
Hummingbird's a mask, very. It's a lot. It's a lot of a mess. Like I said, it's like an Avatar character mixed with like some sort of fish. It's not even really a hummingbird, but I get the aesthetic. It's just a lot. Kudos. Chika Goto going in defeat against Sari after having some pretty good matches in 2025 in Marigold. Just kind of something to get the crowd back after Minoru Suzuki slapping around Megaton, or why is Suri so down on the card? Just an easy night off for her?
Yeah, these were kind of like their special offer type matches since they were working Ryu-Goku. When the card came out, it was Megaton versus M and Chikagoto versus S. So they were mystery opponents.
Fun.
So once again, that's why Megaton came out. I should have said that. It was Megaton versus M. So she thought it was just some young girl chick like Minami Yuki or something that would have had to work the match. But instead, it's Minoru Suzuki. So that's why she shits her pants like, oh god. And then Chikagoto's like, oh, I gotta face Suri, huh? And then Suri just beats her ass for 10 minutes and leaves.
Oh, nice. At least she gave her some time. She got her shit in.
I do want to get this shit in real quick before we go to the Twin Star, where I know we're going. The opener before that gauntlet, there was a match before the gauntlet, and it was Kazuna Tanaka took on Shino. Yumi Fukawa is the mother of Kazuna Tanaka, who she used to be a worker, and Michiko Omukai is the mother of Shino, and I believe her father was also Minoru Tanaka. So two second generation like girls coming in here, getting their like first big match, like 1v1, like a new rivalry type thing. So and they had the parents at ringside. Minoru Tanaka was in the crowd, but the two mothers were like outside the ring, like cheering them on as managers. Oh, fun. It was. I mean, I went 2 3/4. Like, it wasn't a great match, but Kazuna Tanaka hits her with like a fall-away slam and just holds onto it with a bridge and pins her with it, which is pretty cool.
I was going to ask, in the Joshi system, the young girls, I suppose they're called, the lionesses, if you will, they're not relegated like New Japan does their young lions, right? Where it's like 6 moves and that's it for like 2 years.
Some of them, yeah. A lot, because a lot of the reasons they all do that is because they want you to just hammer home and learn the basics. Yeah.
Yeah, no, for sure. But like you're talking fall away slams and shit like that, and I'm like, oh, okay. Seems like a little bit more freedom.
So Shino has had 23 matches in her career. She had her first ever match at the 5/24/25 show. That was the pay-per-view. The Nane Takahashi gauntlet.
Recent.
Yeah. She was the that was the one where Iwatani beat Victoria Yuzuki for the Superfly. Aono beat Nane Takahashi, and it was her retirement show. So she worked Mai Sakurai in the opener, and that was her like debut other than this battle royal that she was in. So otherwise she's just been in nothing but tags the whole time. So this was her first singles, and she's 16 years old.
Jesus.
And then the other girl, Kazuna Tanaka, she's had a lot of matches. She's had almost 200. So it's like she's been around. She was in like the Grand Prix and stuff. But she was she's the more established one that with Yumi Fukawa, the daughter who's the mother of her.
Wow, so that's kind of cool how they're trying to build up these generational talents, or they're at least they're hoping it'll turn out that way.
Yeah, she was a big proprietor in Arcian, and then she worked a lot of All Japan Women too. So Yumi Fukawa was a pretty big deal. I mean, she wasn't like the top, but she was a good hand to have, and obviously Minoru Tanaka is one of the best junior heavyweights in New Japan history. Some say so. That's
apparently
why
no jumping bomb angel.
And Michiko Omukai also was in the All Japan.
Oh, nice.
The Beauty Venus was her gimmick. But that I just wanted to get that out there in case where it didn't have it, because I just thought it was cool to point that out, and with especially the crowd was getting really behind it with the fact that the parents were there and stuff. So it was really fun
for sure.
There.
Like when Stu Hart would just randomly be in the corner of like Bret Hart on like Superstars, and you're like, especially with the feud with Backlund, you're like, what's happening?
I like how it's on Wrestling Challenge.
And then when you're old, it was 10 a.m. Fox, and you're like, all right, cool. An hour after Todd Pettengill on WWF Mania or whatever that was called.
What was that? What, Livewire with him and Sonny?
Was it Livewire? Yeah, those were great, man. Hey, that's when I found out SummerSlam '94 was coming to Chicago around my birthday, and I called my mom. I was in Minneapolis visiting family at like 9 years old. And I was like, hey, I want WrestleMania tickets for my birthday, and then I got them. Or SummerSlam tickets for my birthday. And I got to see Leslie Nielsen on the TV. Not in person, but on the TV.
I remember like the first one. I got up in the morning to watch it, partially because Sonny was on it, and I knew my grandpa wouldn't care what I had on the TV because it's wrestling, and he wouldn't realize I'm just perving out as a child. And like one of like the third calls they answer, this guy's like, "Hey, yo, Todd Pettengill, give me your favorite Sting match." And Pettingill's like, "I don't know what you're talking about. Next caller." And I was like, "Wait, what?" And I was like, "Why?" And I looked at my grandpa. I'm like, "Why is he talking about Sting?" And my grandpa was like, "Well, he's not WWF." I'm like, "So they're wrestlers." And he's like, "Yeah, but they don't talk to each other." I'm like, "What?" And then that's when I was like,
"You learned about kayfabe?"
Yeah, I was like, "Wait a minute, why the fuck don't they coexist? Like, what? They're all just wrestlers. Don't they know each other?" And then I was like, something's fishy going on here. It's all Todd Pettengill's fucking fault now that I think about it.
That's when you were like, I want to be a pro wrestler.
Yeah, Todd Pettengill ruined Santa in a way for me.
Yeah.
We just discovered it, folks. Marigold Twin Star Tag Titles, Darkness Revolution, Chiaki and Misa Matsui defeat my girls. Oh, I've talked about them on the show a lot. Maria, she's pretty tight, but the one and only Rico Kawahata, Team Magenta, Mr. Rico Kawahata, who is the Great Muda's daughter that came from the egg.
Oh, yeah.
So I always have a soft spot for Rico Kawahata. But Chiaki and Misa Matsui, they looked really fucking good. I went 3.5 on this. Chiaki takes Maria, just boom, Maria smokes her. And as she pins her, Chiaki rolls through on the pin. So like, imagine she does a power bomb, and as she like rolls up to pin her, Chiaki continues to roll farther to roll herself on top, and then gets a 3 count that way. So completely catches her off guard. It does nothing to bury the marvelous women of Magenta. So it's
smooth transition.
Yeah. So it's it's a perfect. It's just a perfect way to not bury them for coming in and doing good business for you. Is where I'm going with it, because they didn't have to come work, but they're over there doing stuff. Because you could argue Marigold might be below Marvelous, Seedling, and Ice Ribbon right now, and God knows, yeah, I mean they're doing they're putting like 700 people in Korakuen.
I thought this got 3,600.
Well, yeah, this did.
This is Ryogoku.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like their basic show. Like, let me just do this here real quick, because
but you got Utami Hayashishida and Sari and the other Saria.
Saria.
Siri and Sari, and you got Minoru Suzuki randomly beating up women. Going back to Livewire for a second while you're looking up your thing. Remember Shotgun Saturday Night and the whole Sonny Tickle Me Elmo thing? How many youths do you think that changed?
Oh, man.
I know I tuned in.
Okay, check this out. Marigold First Anniversary Series Burning Desire, Night 13, in Korakuen Hall, with my girl Rico Kawahata facing Mai Sakurai for the United National title, the secondary title.
Love Mai Sakurai, yeah.
And then in a Marigold World title versus the Noah GHC Women's World title in 56 minutes and 16 seconds via double KO, Utami Hayashishida and Takumi Aroha have a draw. If you were to tell me that it's going to be Sakurai and Kawahata for the national, and then a Marigold versus Noah title for title with Aroha and Utami, how many people do you think that gets at Korakuen when you can cap out at like 1,700?
4,000.
That's not physically possible.
I mean, that should get 1,600
Yeah,
minimum.
you'd think you should be at least a standing room, right?
Yeah.
1,020.
So you're saying that, wow.
It cracked 1,000 by 20 people.
Is AEW doing their business?
The night before at Shinkiba First Ring, they drew 285 in Tokyo. Korakuen Hall for the sixth night of the Burning Desire, 912.
What's the deal? I mean, we know Stardom's hot, but I mean, like you said, there's 4 other Joshi companies.
Just a random show in Gifu, 285 people. Fukuoka does big business usually, 503 people. Let's see what they get in Osaka. Osaka, 523 at the 176 box. Like,
Is the loss of Bozilla that big of a difference?
I mean, shit, right?
Is it because is Darkness Revolution, and part of my ignorance, they sound like a random tandem.
They're Havoc. They're Team 2000.
Are they like Oedo Tai?
Yeah, Oedo Tai.
Like the sequel version?
Yeah, they're like Hate. They're
okay.
They're like House of Torture. They're just that
Okay.
evil heel team. Yeah.
Jeez. Now they're your champs.
But it's just. It's not taking off, and Mayu didn't spike it like they had hoped, and maybe this show is what'll do it, because like I said, I'm gonna be invested a lot more now. I'm into it. Like I said, I went 3.5 on that. Then somebody I don't know if I brought up too much on here because we really haven't talked a lot of Marigold, but Sarah Yamaoka. She was a wrestler. I think she was like an Olympian wrestler. She's 18 years old, or she was a high school wrestler or something. She's had 79 matches in her career. She just started this year. I watched her, she was in a weird gauntlet last year, like their first thing. But her first match was on that Marigold First Dream New Year's show that had the Utami Sari match, and then the Mai Sakurai Miko Oyono.
Yep.
That was that one pay-per-view I bought. They had 1830 in Oda City, so that's pretty good. But that was her debut. She worked Mirai, and they went to a time limit draw. And then they restarted the match.
She's worked 79 matches since then?
Yeah, so she said 79 matches this year when she started. But I've watched her.
Holy moly.
Like, I've gone through and just kind of handpicked and watched a lot of her matches. So I bet you I've seen more matches of her than the entire Marigold company this year. And I just kind of took a liking to her from it. And she worked Chihiro Hashimoto, who I think is fucking awesome. She's a big house chick. She has the singlet on. She's got the pink hair.
Nice.
She rocks. She rocks. They had a pretty good match. Hashimoto got her with a spear. I went 3.25. But it was nice to see Yamaoka hang with somebody who isn't like a normal Marigold wrestler in a situation like that. And Hashimoto put her over at the end too, which was cool.
Yamaoka. Sari Yamaoka.
Yeah.
Be on the lookout.
She might be my rookie of the year. She's really, really good.
Well, yeah, 79 matches. That's more than the women's wrestling roster of AEW for the whole year. Combined.
Yeah, she's getting better.
And I'm not talking about these $25,000 bookings, Mercedes. No sorry.
Oh.
No sorry.
No sorry. I bet she gets sorry for a couple G's, couple racks.
Do you think if Rossi paid her $50,000 and gave her 2 hats, she would go to Marigold show? Oh no, the Stardom relationship. Damn it.
Yeah.
Is Sasha gonna work Stardom ever?
I bet you she works the Dome. Oh my God, they're gonna do her and Saya Kamatani at the Dome.
Oh my God.
They're going to, and it's gonna be the white belt versus the AEW title.
Because she's beating Chris Statlander at Full Gear.
Oh my God! Did we just book the best women's match in Joshi in the decade?
Do you go
shouldn't say
over her
decade.
quote? Do you go over her quote of 25,000?
Like, what do you mean? Do you pay her that?
Like if you're Bushi Road, do you pay her more than her 25,000 quote?
I bet you Tony Khan would just take care of the whole thing for him.
So just pay her $4 million a year. No, honestly, do you think that would move 4,000 extra tickets?
Oh yes,
that match?
100%. It would do more. You don't even have to do it at that show. But I think if you're really trying to pop a number, and not even if you're trying to pop a number, I think if you're Bushi Road and your Stardom particularly, you'd say, look, we're gonna give you Kamitani and Monet at the Dome. You guys are gonna get to burn the match, not us. Because we just ask that you give them 20 minutes and you put it in the final 4 matches. Because if they do that and they don't put it on their own show to sell tickets and try to crack like 10,000 fans, what this is going to do is this is going to solidify their bankroll in the first year with the amount of money they're going to get after they have Monet walk in with that white belt if they put it on her. Because all these fans in America are going to buy that shit that haven't already bought it.
That's honestly facts. I would be like, all right, let's get that Stardom subscription again.
Mm-hmm. And then you know what you do is you have her hold that motherfucker all the way until Grand Queendom in April or May, and then you have Saya beat her back, and you draw 10,000 fans to Budokan Hall. Or you stretch it out and have Saya win the Grand Prix, and then go for it.
How is she going to go back and forth? So you're saying in Japan, Mercedes Moné is a bigger draw than Toni Storm?
Yes.
Against Saya Kamitani. Okay.
I think
Even though Toni Storm is considered a Joshi. She's considered
100%
Japanese wrestling.
The only reason I say that is Mercedes Moné is doing the Cody Rhodes right now.
Ooh.
She said, I'm going to prove you motherfuckers wrong. And she made her own list, whether it was published or not, I guarantee you. And I bet you she called Cody and said, what did you do? Just like Cardona did when he called Cody. Because look at what she's doing right now. She's working everywhere she wants to work. She's traveling all over the world. And she's getting to have the time needed to try to put on the best match possible. And she is so smart at this that she knows exactly. I can guarantee you she has it pinpointed with everybody. Like, hey, this is how the domino effects are going to be for my downfall. You have, they're going to have me lose it at All In or whatever next year. RevPro, you have until September to get your next person ready, because that's when I'm dropping the title, because I'm going to go on a losing streak, and she's just going to start dropping titles and putting over the next star in all these companies as here you go, here's your repayment back. And
guess what happens at the Dome in 2027? You have then the big AEW or at Wrestle whatever the day after the Dome, or you could do it at Wrestle Kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
Then you can have the new AEW Women's Tag Champions who hold it for a year, Mina Shirakawa and Toni Storm, take on Mercedes Moné. And if her contract is up, since she's hanging around Chris Statlander and such a lot lately, you get the Boston Hug connection with Bailey. Tell me that wouldn't sell any tickets at the Dome.
That'd be a fun show. That'd be the one. You know where that's how you sell a building out is do those two together at Wembley.
Yeah,
those UK fans would love that shit. Like you set me up for that one with the beautiful, beautiful delivery, Mike. You just Wayne Gretzky'd me as Ovechkin. It was like the most beautiful thing of my life. You put a tear in my eye. Oh, it's beautiful. Yeah. I can imagine that those fans, like, that'd be the one time where they'd be tolerable for 30 seconds cheering, because it would be like it's good she's feeling this again. But now she's felt it, so please stop so the match can start.
Yeah, no, I think it's great stuff. I mean, hell, Booker T said on his show, "Come on down to Reality of Wrestling. We'll put 2 titles on you." He literally is like, "I will give you the title. Just come on down."
Well, and that's why, like, you know, and let's do the last couple matches here on this, and then let's go into this Monet talk, because I think we're gonna overlap. We're gonna kill out Marigold here because we're gonna really get in this Monet talk, I think. With the money, but I that's a perfect stopping point, is the Booker T thing, because that's the exact point that article points out. So real quick, we did a good job there, Alex. We almost sidetracked and we came back. That was like a cliffhanger in a movie. That was like in Speed when they couldn't go below 55 and they were running out of track, so they had to jump it.
The bus that couldn't slow down.
We jumped it right there. We kept that shit going. Mai Sakurai loses the United National title to Victoria Yuzuki.
Whoa!
Stiff, hard-hitting match. Stiff. Yuzuki wins with her twister splash.
Yep.
This was really good. They a little more talk after between the two of them, but Yuzuki goes on top. She was, I think, at one point had a couple matches for that Noah title, that Noah GHC women's title too. So they've been kind of doing a little bit here and there with her, but she's young too. I want to say she's 20, so they're finally starting to kind of get behind her a little bit, and a veteran like Mai Sakurai, who's really, really good. I went 3.5 out of it, so nice little match there.
In the early days of Marigold, I quickly became a fan of Mai Sakurai.
Little Donna Del Mondo.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, she was great, man. I thought she would have added more too, also, to this company, drawing power.
Yeah. It's really surprising, those numbers, but I mean, I don't know if that's just against Rossi or what, but they have talent. And when we watched it last year, with the inception of it, it was fun. It was entertaining. But yeah, for me personally, 2025 didn't watch too much early on, but minus the big stuff. But yeah, I mean, a pretty damn good match that I saw out of this. But Tomomi Utami held on to the Marigold World title.
Miko Eono becomes the next champion as she defeats Utami Hayashi. Beat her with her own move. She got her up in the razor's edge and started spinning and spun her like that water wheel. Boom, hit her with that water wheel bomb. 1, 2, 3, Eono beating Utami. She couldn't finish her with anything that she was using. She was trying everything in her bag, and finally she was like, fuck it, I'm going to try your own move against you, and just bam, and smoked her with it. So in the loss, it protects Utami's move as a move you're not going to kick out of. So I did like that finish, that's a creative Rossi finish, where he still protects Utami in the loss because it was her own move that she even could kick out of. And Eono then takes the title, 26-25 until the match. She becomes the third champion after Utami. Had it for 296 days.
Wow, that's pretty awesome. Like John Moxley, Utami deserves a vacation, and hopefully she will get a couple of weeks rest.
Iyo Sky had a vacation after getting a week from working at Ryogoku for the E before this, so she got to probably kick it for a week on the company. So kudos to her.
Oh yeah!
And boy, was she well rested, Alex. Because this match,
not after this match though. Not after this match.
After my first watch, I had it at 4 3/4. And I did a second watch with Alex tonight, and this is what I was talking about. We just had a great evening, because I put in parentheses, I changed my match rating to a 5 stars, and I said I had it at 4 3/4, then watched again and said the easiest 5 of the year. Dear God, was that so much easier to watch when there wasn't 6 people in here talking to me at the same time. Wow, was this fucking amazing. Alex, I'm going to give you the floor on this, because everybody knows what I'm going to say.
This was a Iyo Shirai match in a promotion that she's wrestled once before, that she shows her adoration for one Rossi, man in hats, and Mayu Iwatani's the same way. It's just like they trust him with so much. And with Iyo Sky in the WWE over the last, 7-8 years, has definitely made a name for herself stateside. Hell, people, when she wasn't even wrestling, Ryan, you remember she was like women's champion heading into Mania for like months? And she never wrestled?
Yep.
She would have like a random backstage segment, and there were still people saying, Iyo Shirai is the best wrestler of 2025. Like, she hasn't had a match.
She was having a Moxley U.S. title run.
But perfect. But when she did wrestle, it was a main event status. Whether it was Mania, Evolution 2, SummerSlam, even with some interesting finishes to some, Iyo Sky showed up. But when she was in Ryogoku for this match with Mayu Iwatani, especially with their history, their past, in a company that shall not be named, as we talk about this match that happened this past Sunday, the 26th here. I mean, this is what we want to see. I mean, if you think Iyo Sky is great, motherfuckers have not seen Iyo Shirai. And I am one of them. I have seen only maybe a handful of Stardom matches, but every time I'm like, huh? And the last Marigold, show that she was at, I was like, huh? Let's see more of this. And she must have loved her some Go Shiozaki and Kento Miyahara like Ryan did from also, I believe, a day or so before this match, because it was just stalling German after German after wow on both ends. Mayu Iwatani looking with the new aesthetic, but also paying homage to their past. As would you say, tail twins?
Triple tails.
Triple tail. I was way off on all accounts, but not really. No, but this is just action after action. This was just like, hey, I'm going to super kick you. Hey, I'm going to do a double, triple jump moonsault. Hey, I'm going to dive at you numerous times throughout the match on the outside. Hey, I'm going to jump randomly, Mayu. Are you going to catch me? Yes, I will. I mean, just action, like over about 30 minutes of a match, and it will blow anything that you think Iyo Sky can do, because Iyo Shirai was back in 2025, Ryan, and this was fantastic. This was a match of the year. This was a, hey, Tam, hey, Kamatami, what's up? I've yet to see that match still, but I will. I did enjoy the Izumi, Saya Kamatami match as well. But once I see that Tam match, I will definitely have to kind of weigh it out. But this was, just glee. And I'm not talking about gleet. Sorry, Nakajima. We miss you. We love you. No, but it was just sequence after sequence. It was, hey, I'm going to one-up you because I am better. Hey, I am a global superstar. Yes, you are Mayu Iwatani, the zombie. I guess she's the zombie in Marigold now. But
her facials are so good.
The mannerisms, like you said, she's the ultimate baby because she makes everything look painful. Again, dragon suplexes. Mayu Iwatani, after being dazed in 20 minutes into this hard-hitting match, by the way. That's when you know it's love, ladies and germs, is when they just beat the shit out of each other. And even the times where I was like, ooh, she fell over, or, she was trying to pick her up, you brought up the point right away. It's because they're beating the shit out of each other and the fatigue is setting in. Oh, yeah. Yeah, because there was a rolling tombstone spot between the two of them, in minute 26? And then finally, Iwatani just drops her, and I'm like, oh, no. But then just picks her back up and drops her again on her head, and it was just beautiful. But Sky gets the win after two moonsaults. But again, showing, a story of just fatigue, and this better be fucking it, because after that first one, kind of almost does not make the top rope to hit that first moonsault. But then she's like, fuck it, let me do it again. And she delivers 3,600, the highest gates, I believe you said, Ryan, in Marigold's history. They witnessed something special. I highly recommend spending however much yen or VPN.
I think it's 5,000 yen.
Iyo Sky.
Yeah, you can just do it the
Mayu
Stephanie
Iwatani.
McMahon way.
Yeah. Or wait, it should show up on Wrestle Universe hopefully pretty soon, especially if it keeps getting a lot of chatter.
That's true.
Online.
I think
But bravo.
the Noah show that I bought showed up like 2 weeks later.
Yeah.
And I think when
If
I
you're
bought
smart,
the
if you're
first,
smart, guys, you're not going to put Iyo and Rhea, even though they've had great matches. The WrestleMania match too, with Bianca, right? That was the triple threat yet again.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this is the match. This is not saying it's the best women's match, but it's probably the best Iyo Sky Shirai match, and possibly could be the best of 2025.
Yeah, I think this is in my top 5 match of the year for sure. My match of the year was very empty, and it got really fucking crowded over the last couple of months. Because I've added a lot of shit because there's been a lot of amazing wrestling.
Yeah.
And there's an amazing match that I am confident might actually be my match of the year. We're gonna get to shortly, and I don't know if I've told you that before, Alex, but I think it's my MOTY.
Wow.
And I'll give you the reasons why. I'll give people the reason why.
And Shiozaki.
Look, to me, it's. I'll give you when we get to it. I'll tell you exactly why. To most people, it's probably a 4.25, 4.5, which is fine. But I'll give my reasoning when we get to it. I want to say this with the Iyo Shirai thing. That match was fucking incredible. She, as the minutes progressed, it was almost like she was running, like she was covered in like muck, and she was running through like a car wash, and every minute she went by, she was getting cleaner of the muck until it was gone, because as that match continued to progress, she just got more charismatic. She got stiffer. She got a little more risky. She was selling more. She was taunting more. She was doing the slow kick pushed into the face like a douchebag. I mean, she was becoming. She was just different. I mean, it was a tremendous performance. I love this match. I heard a take this today. I was listening to a Observer Hall of Fame show, and they were talking about her actually, because she's under the Japan ballot this year to be voted for. And I can't think his name is Eric Tyler. He's from England. He was defending why he would vote for her this year in the Hall of Fame. And he said, at the end of the day, by work rate standards, you can say that she is the best wrestler in the WWE, men or woman. And when could you have ever thought you'd say that in a WWE company?
And she's 5 foot.
Yeah, like she's the complete aesthetic. Like when she got called up and then got pushed away or whatever, and they didn't know what to do with her type shit. Like that was Vince is back, see ya. And then she ended up getting a second lease on life, and it resurrected her career. And
all she does is point to her face and like stomp around like a toddler.
and like the amount of charisma she showed in this match.
Oh yeah.
It's just like that's still in there. We now know that's still in there. So if she ever wants to leave, we know what we're gonna get, and we're gonna get it on a regular basis. So I hope this is a hey to whoever's watching when you ask that question about people watching.
Yeah. Who do you think in the WWE watched this match?
I hope to God Triple H watched that match with Bruce Pritchard and the Road Dogg. And
they don't know wrestling. Come on.
And I hope Triple H looked at them and said, we might want to start letting her do more if she wants in a ring. That's what I would do as a businessman.
Yeah.
Because that was a clear indication of what she's able to still do and get out of a match. And that was not only was that the best match, did I don't think there's anything even close that company has produced that could match that match.
No.
It might be one of the best matches of the entire flipping year. And there's a lot of good shit. I mean, we had the Game Kid Yosuji. We got Game Kid Kenny Omega. This match is right there with it. This is fucking tremendous.
Yeah, I'm hoping Nick Khan watched this for sure. And honestly, I guarantee Maxine Dupree watched it because she's becoming a student, and I respect that. But no, I mean, go out of your way to watch this, and by any means, because it's a breezy fucking 30 minutes. It feels freer than a fucking watching 30 minutes of Raw, which can sometimes feel like an eternity. But yeah, this was awesome. I hope everyone can start giving Iyo Shirai her flowers a little bit more, even though, again, she's very much beloved in the States now. So hopefully, again, like you said, that she can showcase her talent a little more, especially with the Kabuki Warriors on the opposing side. Let fucking the three of them and Rhea Ripley. I mean, we have seen them beat the shit out of each other, but let's see them more, just in a variety of different ways with those four. Because they could definitely put on some special stuff.
Like I said, she showed that if anybody questioned if she could still go, she shut that door, and she has to know.
Night and day difference. And it was just such a pleasure to see her have fun and wrestle. That fucking backbreaker where
God, that butterfly one. Oh my God!
Bounces off of her knee and springs up in the air, pulls like a lay down Scott Hall taking the stunner type of maneuver. Yeah, Mayu's mannerisms and her selling. Yeah, she's just 100%. But good stuff.
Oh man.
But to your male version of this match, Ryan.
Oh my goodness! Did
the Cena and Styles of Puro?
You know what? If you gave Cena Styles 5 stars, I would never say a word to anybody.
Yeah,
because that might be what I did with this. But
because nostalgia, it's a 5-star match, 5+. But like a wrestling match, it wasn't a wrestling match. It was like, we're going to do all these moves, guys. We're going to kick out. We're going to do. I mean, it was, it is what it is. And it was just special because of what it meant. But yeah, as a wrestling match, it's like a fucking 3.5, 4-star match. Because it's just, we're going to do these moves. Whatever. Let's pop the crowd. Let's pop the internet.
It was the Royal. They were doing the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, and it popped me. It was great. You're 100% right.
He'd get him for, whatever the fuck move, and then it's like they're going 3, 2, 1, yeah. And then they're waiting to count down the next finisher as AJ gets up 3, 2. But you know what? They paid for it. They wanted it. They fucking got it. So kudos to them. But the match he is talking about, ladies and gentlemen, All Japan Pro Wrestling's Raising an Army Memorial Super Tag, Memorial Series Tag 3 from the 22nd of this month. Korakuen Hall, Kento Miyahara, Go Shiozaki for the All Japan Triple Crown titles. Kento Miyahara comes to the ring. Now, already they got me. Because here comes Kento Miyahara, out first like normal. He's cutting a promo on the screen telling the people, you better be ready because I'm coming and I need you. And damn it, he's the most charismatic in the world, so the people are already clapping and shaking as the music's playing in the background. And he comes out with the original Triple Crown. Oh, and he's just going high up and his hands everywhere. And he's got him across his chest and the third one around his waist. And he's wearing them like Tenru would wear them. And, it's not just the one belt. He had all 3. And he did that because of the symbolism, because it's Go Shiozaki coming back to All Japan after he, from the OG days with Noah. And they were trying to put that over, and fucking Shiozaki looked leaner, I know some people were a little critical that he wasn't as muscular, but I thought he looked healthier.
Yeah, I thought he looked more toned, like you said, leaner.
He was wearing trunks.
Honestly, I forgot. His chest used to be pumped out, but I wouldn't say healthier. I would just think this was at a different phase. I mean, this guy had some major surgeries over the last 3 years, off and on. He's been here and there, Wrestle One. He's winning championships and Gleat or Ice Ribbon or something like that.
0-1, he was the champ.
So, not giving a title back because they're folding. I don't know what's going on. But I think this is just a newer version of a 40. Earlier I was like, old man Shiozaki. The guy's 2 years older than me. Better shape than I'll ever be in. But still, of the fact of what he's endured in his, to his body since the pandemic years of Noah, where he was just, 2019 through the pandemic of just beating his body up to get people to watch Noah because he is Noah. But now, as you stated, with, Kento Miyahara coming out, this was his I am All Japan statement. You're going to come to me claiming one company at one time, even though you cut your teeth here and I stayed here and look what I've become. I am probably... Besides, the founder of Baba, I am probably in Masao. There's a few other people. He's the Mount Rushmore of All Japan, right?
I think
that's fair to say.
I think he has a definite argument because of the generation he is. He doesn't have anyone that's even close to his ability.
Not at all. Not at all.
Whereas you could always go, oh, it's obviously Taue and Kobashi and Misawa and Kawada and everything. That's the easy four answers, the four pillars. But, if you stretch it out, I think you take Taue off and put Miyahara on.
Ooh, nice. I like it.
Nothing against Akira Taue, by the way, because he fucking rules. That motherfucker kicking people in the chest and shit, he was tight.
But like you said, Miyahara gets the video, he comes out, but then Shiozaki gets the same treatment, and I'm like, wait, what?
Havoc. That's Havoc. I feel like they're still doing it. Havoc.
Yeah. God, it's like 18 innings of Havoc.
and Shotaro Ashino, by the way, in that tag match with it was him, Zion, and Odyssey, when they were on the top ropes together doing it, they probably did it 15 times with the music, and Shotaro Ashino looked like he was going to kill somebody every time. He was the most... I've never seen him so locked in. He's like, I am going to take this ball and run with it right now.
He misses the Metallica music
because I think he's slotted as the leader of this faction. So
okay, I'm down with that. Yeah, I mean it's Ashino's time finally. Just
no shit. Later. It also helped that Go Shiozaki wasn't held together by tape.
Yeah.
Everybody's got a little kinetic.
I think his muscular look, I don't think was an issue. There really wasn't an issue to this match. It was Kento looked a little, I don't know, fuller in the face more than normal, but I guess I haven't watched a lot of All Japan.
That boy beefing up. He is a big, broad motherfucker.
Yeah, I was like, is that right? I thought it was you in my TV.
Man, if I lost weight, I'd look like Kento Miyahara.
Yeah. The hair, you would just have to cut 2 inches off.
Yeah.
Perfect length.
All right, well, now I have a goal. Then I can sit in front of the mirror and go,
yeah. I mean, you're already walking to work like that.
Yeah, it's true. I walk in that bitch. Wow.
But this was just a good match of storytelling of these two and their shared history. Obviously, a lot of back and forth, a lot of stalling Germans, a lot of suplexes, a lot of brain busters, a lot of, oh my God, are they going to fall off of the top rope? Because they're both on there, and Go Shiozaki does the, oh, I'm going to fall off gimmick until he does. And then he nails a fucking turnbuckle brain buster gimmick, and you're like, what? Huh? But no, I'm going to let you talk more just because, again, I mean, this was easily for me, a fantastic watch. Am I happy with the Shiozaki Havoc faction? Early to tell, but with, Ashino, aka the Puro Me, I wouldn't be against that type of a tag team tandem, if you will. But I guess I'm still head scratching of what happened after the match. But we can talk about that after your analysis.
So first and foremost, let's say this. Let's remember, this is the match, not the post match. So don't let the post match affect your rating. Think of what people would have rated Austin Rock at 17 if they counted the post match. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like that's not like a 3.5, 4-star match. That's like a 2-star special.
Oh yeah.
Because you know what I mean? So that's what I'm just saying. So if that helps anything, keep the goofy, we didn't have subtitles and nobody knew what they were talking about type shit. Keep that for the boo-boo part, because we could talk the boo-boo too. But think of it from just bell to bell when you're grading it. That's where I'm going.
Oh, bell to bell, Shiozaki had fire I haven't seen in a long time.
He was working Miyahara over in that corner with some of those chops. I thought he was fighting Katsuhiko Nakajima again.
Yeah.
And Miyahara was hitting him with those blackout knees on the fucking jaw, and he wasn't pulling that shit. He threw it and he did it to gimmick it. And if he hit him in the face and said so be it, he didn't stop. He just kept trying it again. And if I protected you, great. If I stiffed you, I'm sorry. But these two guys were beating the fuck out of each other. This match proved to me everything that I've thought in my blood, where Kento Miyahara should have went to Noah and not All Japan with Kensuke Sasaki after Sasaki trained him. But because Nakajima went there, Miyahara went the other way because they fucking hated each other. Because Nakajima's a douchebag and I hate it. Nakajima is CM Punk for me. Like, I love that fucking guy, but he's such
over Kenta?
Yeah, I think Nakajima over Kenta for me.
Wow.
And I only say that because I can still see Kenta, and now I'm getting the frustration of not seeing Nakajima, so now it's making me like him more. I think it's because he's so far away, and so I miss him because he's not here.
I hope he's still wrestling the same.
And
remember we thought he was going to go to AEW?
Yeah, there was talk of it, man. Maybe he just fucking was an idiot and he ruined it. Maybe he went into that meeting and was just a douche. And maybe
He would have been the Japanese Rusev and just there.
I think he would have succeeded in AEW so much. I think he could have had a chance to be where Takeshita is. Because
he's that tweener, man.
Because in his charisma, it's you notice the same thing once again. Akira Hokuto and Kensuke Sasaki, their two big students out of Diamond Ring or whatever it was, is Kento Miyahara and Katsuhiko Nakajima. Those two guys, without saying a word, can control a crowd. It's no wonder they both learned because they came from the same thing. But think of the charisma Nakajima has. His charisma blows Takeshita's out the window, and Takeshita is becoming a very charismatic person. But Nakajima, with his eyes and his facial expressions, and when he does that dead stare at you, yeah, and you're just like, oh my God, that guy's gonna kill something.
Yeah,
he would have been over. He would have truly been over. I'm saying that not as a fanboy. I feel it. He would have truly been over.
I mean, he has that Austin Aries like 2007 to 2012 like type of feel.
You ruin it yourself.
Yeah.
But I think if they would have not, grown to hate each other, I think Miyahara would have had. There's a chance he might have went to Noah. And this match showed me exactly what I always had thought, and prove my point with how much he was able to wrestle Go Shiozaki in a Noah match. I know everybody talks All Japan, Royal Road and the King's Road style of wrestling, and they do that. Yes, they originated it, and that's where Misawa and all of them learned it. But the stiffness aesthetic to these Noah matches that I love, this had that feel to me because these guys went out there and beat the shit out of each other. Top that off with the fact in the back of my head, I had the exact same feeling, not only because of how Suwama or whoever it is seems to book, where they always have the new guy come in and do things, but I thought there was a very good chance Miyahara would lose his first defense again, because I think that's what happened last time, but I could be wrong. But on top of it, you had me totally believe that Shiozaki was winning too. And my hunch with your, it's going to happen, I had talked myself into it. So when Shiozaki hit some of those moves, when he hit that go-on lariat, I truly got up out of my chair and I walked away. Because I was because obviously, like I said, I was wearing an Axis shirt the whole time. But I was so damn mad that Shiozaki has to put over the fucking new Jake Lee, the new Flavor of the Month guy that All Japan's bringing in. And then he fucking kicked out. I went, oh my God. And that's when I said, I haven't felt this feeling in a wrestling match in a couple of years, where I was literally glued to my seat, breathing heavy. Like every time there was a false finish, I was panicking, like, oh my God, he's losing the title this time. And then he'd kick out again. Oh my God, he kicked out. Like, I haven't been that invested felt in a match. And I think it's because these two guys have got to be somewhere in my top 10 wrestlers all time in my life.
Go Shiozaki included.
Yeah, 100%.
Is it because of the Ironhead Fujita match?
No, I think it's because of him and Nigel in 2011 in ROH.
Wow.
Or 2009 or 7 or whatever the fuck it was. Sorry, bad years in my head. But
if Kento Miyahara goes to Noah at that time instead, he just lets it go and says, you know what, fuck it. Let's play ball. Let's make some money. Do you think, A, he would still be with Noah? B, if he could have elevated their business and their status during that time as a company, because they were fledgling for quite a while. An afterthought, some might say. And then C, who do you think his biggest rival would be?
Well, so here would be the initial thing too, is when he would have came into the company, they would have been arguably the biggest company in Japan.
Whoa, this was post Danielson?
Because this was like 2005 when they came, 2006 when they started.
Okay.
So he would have been in the wrestling like Misawa and Kobashi and Kawada and Akiyama. There's a chance he could have been Akiyama or Go Shiozaki in that I'm the new heir to the throne type guy because of how, I mean, it's undeniable how talented he is. Like, if you've never seen Kento Miyahara wrestle, I plead with you that you could say bell to bell that he is in the level of only, I mean, he's the only one I think that's in that Will Ospreay, Kenny Omega, Okada type level of guys, you know, Bryan Danielson. I'm sure there's more names you could put in there, but like, he's in that upper echelon where sometimes I think he's the greatest wrestler I've ever seen. Like, he had a run, what was it, Alex, like 2017?
Oh my gosh.
2018, like when he had those Naoya Nomura matches, and it was 2019. No, it was 2018. It was 2018 because him and Nomura was my match of the year. It was like March 19th, 2018. I think was the date of that show. Naoya Nomura and Kento Miyahara. But Miyahara had a run that year that was like Flair's 1989, if you want to pick a Flair year type thing. Like, you know, I mean, he was just special that year. And you look at what he could have done if he was wrestling guys like Misawa on a regular basis, how fast he would have improved.
Yeah.
Oh my Lord, he could have been the greatest wrestler of all time, and I'm not even just trying to just say it for shtick. Like, he's always arguably top 5 for me every single year of wrestling.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, I knew Miyahara would be on your top 10 of all time, but I was just a little taken aback by your Go.
Maybe the Go thing's a little premature, but I tell you what, man, I haven't felt that way in so long that I said, wow, man, Go Shiozaki has to be somewhere much higher than I really thought he was.
Yeah, he was a prime wrestler for us in 2020, through like 22, essentially.
He carried that company through the pandemic.
Yeah, so we were always high of Shiozaki, but Kento Miyahara is just what the kids call a vibe. Like, you just get into it like right away, and as Ryan stated, my issue with Kento Miyahara is he's just a victim to loyalty.
Yeah.
As we all can be, because the only reason why I love watching his matches, and they're great, but like then they're all the same. Then he's putting over random people sometimes, it seemed like, during that stretch, even especially after that, great 3-year, stretch, but like his lack of opponents, because it was just the same stuff every other month. Let's get in now. Let's get in Monocle Man. Was it Jake Lee? Let's get in Suwama.
Yeah, like, oh, fuck, what do we do? Just have Suwama win again.
Yeah, like, so it was just like, oh, our depth, that's what we would always talk about, is their lack of depth just made them, stagnant at times. And it's just like, oh, yeah, we got to watch 5 other matches before we get to, some excitement here. And we don't know what's going to happen because we don't know what Suwama's going to do with that pencil. But just the what ifs of what he could have done in different heights, what he could have done if he ever jumped to New Japan or over to Noah during that time. I wouldn't say a Dragon Gate or a DDT, unfortunately, but yeah, just imagine, for a Noah and New Japan. But yeah, it's just interesting on what these two did and the aftermath of the match. I don't count that against the match. Like, thinking back on it now, my rating, definitely is going a little bit higher than initially. But Kento Miyahara is just something special, and now it's up to All Japan to say, can we keep this guy? Because if he's only been wrestling like 20 years, maybe he can go somewhere else still. I don't know. I just want more for him. Yeah. I just think this guy can do a lot more and be on a bigger stage.
Alex, he's only 36 years old.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
you know what I mean? Like, he's 36 years old. Like,
so I just wish he would get a little bit more exposure, because when you combine, all the wrestlers, within all these companies, he's always a guy at the top of the list. Is like, oh, you need to see this fucking guy.
So here's a couple stats I got for you that I think is truly remarkable. If we had to make a Hall of Fame case for him, like if he was on the ballot, right? My argument for him is it's hard to say he's not, like, it's hard to compare his like drawing power because of the company he works for. And he's worked for that company when they've never been the draw they used to be. So I think it's hard to use that as an aspect. But I think as a fair comp is, if you remember at that All Together Again show, when Tanahashi, Okada, and him were in the ring, he was the one getting cheered, not them. So if you want to indicate who in that main event sold that building, that's Kento Miyahara.
And that was at the Dome.
Yeah, that's the Dome fans, all these fans together that don't watch All Japan, saying, hey, we're finally watching you. Please leave because we want to keep watching you. You know what I mean? Like, that to me is an indicator of these people going, we're not going to watch your company, but if you leave and you come here, you'll be a star. You'd be Takeshita right now, potentially the champ. I want to.
Does he get another dome match before he hangs it up? Not saying he's going to do it anytime soon. Does he? If he doesn't jump to a New Japan or a Noah, can they somehow work out an agreement and be like, "Hey, let's get this guy a dome match"?
They just need to figure out how to fix the damn company. Like Shota Kofuji, this kid that used to work Osaka style wrestling, has been coming and doing some shows. He worked the opener against Yuma Aoyagi in a 1v1, and he's been getting put in like kind of bigger matches ever since this. So I think he's another one of those guys that they got from a smaller company that they're going to try to use and make a star, but they still like, what the fuck are they doing with Yuma Anzai? Like, he beat Inoue. We called him beating Inoue via the shit can bomb with hard. He smoked him. But like, what are we doing with Yuma Anzai? Like, did we stop getting behind him? Like,
I would say yes.
He's 26. New Japan is dying to have him, and we're not pushing him. Why are you giving an option for him to even think about leaving? Especially since he was working Dragon Gate that one time too, and he worked the Noah show. Like, you're not controlling your future aces. That's why this company keeps failing. Remember, they didn't push Naoya Nomura, and he left too. Now he comes back with that goofy Real Blood shirt all the time. No idea what that always means, but like, they dropped the ball. I mean, we said it about Jake Lee too. Shit or get off the pot with the guy. And then they waited too long. So I think that's why Kento needs to leave. If you look on Cage Match, in 2017, his average rating in 2017 is a 9.76. 2018, 9.35. 2019, 9.66. 2020, 9.11. Then 9.59. 9.10. 2023, 9.57. Last year, 9.78. This year so far, a 9.67 for an average rating of a 9.45. And nobody gets to see this guy.
Has anyone ever seen him? Like, or has anyone ever seen... Sorry, I'm just perplexed by that average.
So,
does anyone else have that close of an average of a consistent of a 9?
So I looked up Shingo. Since 2011 he got a 9, 2012 7.67, 8.33, but then 2014 9.25, 2015 a 9, 2016 9.2, 2017 a 9.57. I think that was the Antia stuff or whatever, that the Berserk or whatever. 2018 9.42, 2019 9.62, New Japan stuff 9.67, 9.79, 9.56, 9.56, 9.44, 9.43 for a 9.39. So just 0.6 lower for Shingo.
That's insane. Imagine those two in a ring.
They worked in that Carnival final. 2018.
Carnival. Oh, that's right. That's right. I'm pretty sure I watched that match.
So 2019, 2019 is when Shingo joined New Japan.
Oh yeah.
So he left Dragon Gate at age 36. Kento Miyahara is 36 years old. And that was my comp. Shingo left at 36. Kento is 36. He is in the exact same spot Shingo was to leave his company and have a better career arguably than he had before. He's got to leave.
He has to. I mean, just a fresh batch of opponents can serve him 3 years. Imagine him in a G1. Hell, I'll take him in an N1.
If you're,
just imagine him and Jack Morris again.
Man, If I'm New Japan, Jack
I love
Morris was
Jack
tight.
Morris.
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute, he's tight. That's like that. That's like that Daisuke Sekimoto funny, but he's tight. If I'm New Japan and I'm too scared to be pushing these new guys, I go out and I go, Kento, what is it going to take for you to leave? And in 2 years, we're going to make you the champ. And he shows up as a mystery opponent at the Dome. Or, you know what? He shows up and wrestles fucking Tanahashi.
I was about to say, I was going to say that earlier. I was like, what if he's Tanahashi's last opponent?
There you go.
What if he takes out Evil and he's like, I want you, Aaron Wolf.
Oh, shit. Then he buries him?
Then he buries Aaron Wolf in his debut. To never be seen again.
And then
he goes to,
the whole crowd's going, Kento, Kento. And then he looks at Mirafuji and he goes, I'm not the only one that could bury the youth because of the Ozawa injury.
Oh, yeah.
And then that's when Kyle's Dave Chappelle, Ozawa happens.
Do you think it's funny. Do you think he did that on purpose?
Oh, man. Man.
Isn't he the president? Why would you want your guy out?
Yeah, that's why I'm like, why the fuck were you going to wrestle in this tournament if you were going to be that careless in the first match of the tournament with your ace? Yeah. Their tickets, like I said, they went down to $866 the first show with him gone.
Jesus. Now what are they, Marigold? Two great matches out in Japan from, within about a week or so. Check them out. I mean, All Japan World, it's like $5, I want to say. Marigold, it should be on the Wrestle Universe app, which is like $8. And plus, you get like 9 other companies within each of those apps, except All Japan, because it's poorly used. But hey, when you get great Kento Miyahara matches, and a Shino and a Go Shiozaki, which again, Shiozaki gets, Kento's clowning him, I'm presuming, on the mic. After the match, he kind of calls in Shiozaki. You think he's gonna, hit him, do something, and he just kind of like hug and do this, and then they leave, and then some guy came in. He looked like it was like teenage Ryan, and challenged Kento Miyahara, but I don't know who the fuck
Hokuto Omori.
And this is why Miyahara wants to stay. Is this guy?
Yeah, fake M. Bison. I'd rather watch the Sly King Jason Artem.
No. Would you rather watch CM Punk beat Jey Uso for the World Heavyweight Championship?
Hold on, hold on, wait a minute. Why the fuck are the wrestling first off? Second, before we go to this shit, because I got to prepare for what the fuck. I'm letting everybody know right now that I know nothing that's happening in the E. I don't know one angle. I literally don't even know an angle other than Seth Rollins got hurt and tried to do a coast to coast and he chickened out. And so now he's injured. And then they didn't put Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker in some battle royal because they were afraid they were going to get cheered for injuring Rollins. So they pushed on putting out their biggest heels. And then I just stopped reading and I don't know anything I don't know so before we get to that, I want to do a couple real fast exercises. Will Ospreay higher or lower than Miyahara's score?
Ooh. What was Miyahara's score again? 9.6?
9.45, and Shingo was a 9.39.
I'm going to say he's higher. He's 9.61.
9.28, below both of them.
Wow.
Who else would be good? Kenny Omega?
Those are marks. He's going to be low. He's going to be like a 9 or an 8.7.
Kenny Omega 9.58.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Because of Okada?
I wonder if I can sort by rating. I can. Okay, I sorted by rating. So Kento Miyahara.
Tag match.
Kento Miyahara is rated 69th all time.
Wow.
He's tied with Minoru Suzuki and Gorgeous George.
Who the fuck's rating these gorgeous George matches from 1960?
And also Howard Finkel.
No, earlier than that, like 1940. What? Really?
Yeah. Oh, my homie Daichi Maruyama at a 9.5, baby. He was my opening official in the Summit who run it. Okay, people of importance above Miyahara. This will be a quick one and then we'll move on. Tell me if you think they're better or not better than, like, who you'd take, them or Miyahara, okay? I'm not going to say, like, Jackie Fargo and shit like that, so I'm just skipping along the lines here. So, Katsuyori Shibata. He is 60,
Miyahara.
He is 66th. Number 63, Bret Hart.
Ooh, similarities in a crazy way. I will go Miyahara. I just enjoy those matches.
Number 61, Tetsuya Naito.
Miyahara.
Oh, my girl, Arisa Nakajima at 55. Let's go. Siori.
Katsi. Ooh.
She's number 52. That's fucking awesome, by the way.
That sounds sexist. Miyahara?
Number 51, Eddie Guerrero.
Very similar. Very, very similar.
Imagine a match with those guys.
The charisma would be so much, Ryan. I don't think people would stop. Anyways, I'm gonna go. I don't know. Guerrero. I don't know.
Yeah, there's not a wrong answer.
No, Miyahara.
Number 50, AJ.
No. But that's the shitty thing. It depends on the matches. Like, I've already gone through like 6 top Miyahara matches with the 6 people you've mentioned. And I'm like, well, Guerrero's had way more opponents. I'm going to go Guerrero.
Okay. Number 50, AJ Styles.
Ooh, Styles.
46.
I want that match.
That would be fucking. Imagine like TNA Styles or like New Japan Styles or like that 2019 or whatever 2017 WWE Styles.
You mean Crown Jewel Perth Styles? Come on.
Steve Austin, 46.
Wow. I mean, do I want to just see boots and punches or Luthez presses? I'm at to go. I mean, Mia Austin.
Good answer. Here's one that could, if you really want to talk about matches, holy shit, what ifs. Number 39, Kurt Angle.
I'm gonna have to go with Angle, but holy shit, the German battle.
Holy fuck!
Just are the various suplexes. All right, one more.
Damn, there's like 10 good ones. I'm gonna rapid fire me. Ready? Kenny Omega.
Yep. Omega.
Shawn Michaels.
Oh fuck. Later Shawn Michaels. Post 202.
Gunther.
Oh, I would watch them wrestle all the time. Miyahara.
Number 27, Jushin Liger.
Liger. Yeah, I gotta go Liger.
Bryan Danielson.
Oh, fuck me, Danielson.
Number 20, Kazuchika Okada.
Okada.
Number 19, Hiroshi Tanahashi.
Miyahara.
I
haven't watched too much old young Tanahashi.
That's
to be
fair. There's a bunch of good ones that I won't ask you because it wouldn't matter. I'll throw it in there just because. No, it's not even worth it because you'll say Miyahara. I was gonna say they have Mayu Iwatani at 5, at 9.74.
Who's one?
So number 4. So 4 is Kawada, 2 is Misawa, and 1 is Kobashi. Kobashi has a 9.8, the only one over at a 9.8, and he's also on 874 votes too.
Jesus.
So, all right, just fun, like, because yeah, and just dream matching all those guys as you go through that list. It's like, oh my god, like,
Yeah, that'd be nuts.
just leave the company,
Me
bro.
off. Yeah, leave. We love you. We
All
love you,
right.
Kento.
All right, Alex, I'm going to do your job that we do with some of the Shindy Japanese Puro. I'm going to lead this segment on for you, sir.
Alrighty, so we got
Hold on. I'm going to lead you and Alex, and you're going to tell me about these matches. I'm just kidding. Go through it real quick. I don't really want to put that much time into it.
Dude, I know less than you. All I know is Dominic Mysterio. Remember, we're like, yeah, this guy doesn't have it. And then he gets arrested, and you're like, I don't think he's good. I was like, no, he gets it. And he's getting Intercontinental Championship gold. He's like AAA World Champion as well. They're holding him off TV because he's so fucking popular, Ryan. It is insane. And he's going to take on Penta and Rusev in a triple threat Intercontinental Championship. This could actually be fucking fun if they let him wrestle. Unfortunately, Penta will get pinned by Rusev as we crown a new Intercontinental Champion. I'm kidding. Dom Mysterio's too much over. This guy's going to win a WrestleMania main event in 2026,
What's
by the way.
the point of this match? I'm looking at the read-up, and it
Because
says...
Dom is scared of both of them? I don't know why Penta's there.
It says Mysterio has beaten Rusev twice and is 3-1 against Penta.
Yeah, because
Okay.
these guys deserve a title shot then, right?
Yeah.
That's how it goes.
All right, I just wanted to ask that
Logic.
question.
Again, no less than you do. Apparently, Jake Cargill turned heel last week, and I was like, she wasn't already? Didn't she hit Naomi with the car? I don't remember. The other one, Tiffany Stratton, the Dinah's Finest. That's a cool name. How is that not her nickname? That's way better. Yeah, they're fighting for a championship. I don't know. I really don't care. Again, World Heavyweight Championship match. I believe CM Punk won a Battle Royal, a tournament, an elimination, and a gauntlet to win this #1 contendership or match for Seth Rollins, whatever, missed botched injury gimmick championship against the Yeet Man. 4 letters. And Boar? How about Boar? That's 4 letters. I think what they're going to do, you know what I think they're going to do? This is my big,
What are they going to do, Alex?
This is my big gimmick. They're not going to crown a fucking champion. They're going to have the champion crowned at the Rumble because it's in fucking Saudi Arabia. Because you know why? Because the Bronze are going to come and create a dusty finish and beat up both of them. They're like, we don't have a champion. What are we going to do? Rehab season. For the WWE Championship, because why not? Cody Rhodes, the American Dudmare. No, I'm kidding. I like Cody Rhodes. Taking on Drew McIntyre, and I think Drew McIntyre is going to win because no one cares, and that's it. 4 matches. Saturday night. Boom.
It says McIntyre poses a difficult test for Rhodes, but it doesn't seem like the right time for the American Nightmare's second title reign to end. Rhodes is also coming off a loss to Seth Rollins at WWE Crown Jewel earlier this month, so he is desperate to get back in the win column. Prediction:
lame.
Cody Rhodes defeats Drew McIntyre to retain the undisputed title. Holy shit, does this show not do anything for me?
No.
I feel
Can't believe I
bad.
spent so much money when we went to that Raw.
I feel bad that they're just going to have to, like, give Punk a charity title run. Like, I know we took the title off you and we were trying to do things.
No one's he's not going to win it. No one's going to win that fucking belt. Why wouldn't they have a Rumble in Riyadh or for the title?
I'm going to piss my pants.
Because you're going to do War Games. That's November. December's Cena's last match.
Is it going to be is Jey Uso going to go with the Bronsons?
Oh, it's so lame.
He's gonna take
the
Seth
wise man.
Rollins. Yeah, he's gonna be the
He's an
wise
entrant.
one.
He's an entrance.
Mm-hmm.
He's the old yeet master.
Paul Heyman's going to be like, my name is Paul Heyman, and I am the hype man for the yeet man.
My God.
Because he puts
Give us
the
our
4
money back.
letters in one word. Ha ha ha, a yeet. That's the promo, bro. I just figured it out. So it's going to be J, Braun. Does Drew go in there?
Yeah.
Drew?
Yeah.
You know,
probably.
Drew McIntyre? Drew?
Oh, that guy? No, that guy. If he doesn't win the title, then just why have him on the roster?
All right, it's going to be Jay, Bronson, Austin Theory, and Brock Lesnar.
Oh, you're talking War Games.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And then it'll be Punk, Roman, Big Jim's. Who's feuding with Lesnar?
Cody.
Okay, Cody. And then who's feuding?
Because you could run that at the Rumble if you don't do a title Rumble match.
And then what do you do with Theory? Where's Theory's feud?
Who's the secondary title? I don't even know. Carmelo Anthony. No, that's stupid.
Does Dom go in?
As a face? No, he's facing his dad.
Sorry.
It's a retirement match in San Diego.
All right, yeah, what am I thinking? Fuck. Who's the 5th guy? Is it Sami Zayn?
Sure, why not? We're talking too much. We're talking too much. Since there was no show last week, we did not talk about AEW in St. Louis for a Wrestle Dream. This happened on October 18th, and I was actually in town. It was a fucking interesting weekend. Saw Paul McCartney, which was amazing. Then, the better half runs 12 miles. She's literally an ultramarathoner. She did 32 miles in one run. And then her dad passed. So there we go. Hence the no-show last week. But we are here to quickly talk because I got to get to bed. Wrestle Dream, which we watched together, like 3/4 of it. Well, let's be real, 1/2, because I was fucking tired. I was on like 5 hours of sleep, 1 more hour than Ryan. Oh, sorry. But we start the show at like 10:30 after I was up at 6, getting home from the concert at 1. So literally 5 hours. Spent fucking 4 hours in IKEA, which spent like an eternity because it was actually a lot of fun. So I'm not going to say it's felt like that. Plus they had delicious food. But then I, go back and doing this and that. But we start the show, not live, obviously. And it starts with FTR and
awesome.
Jet Speed just fighting. And I was like, this is pretty fucking cool. At first I was confused. And I was just waiting for you to say, this is why I watched the pre-show.
just my asshole self.
But, it was fun. They went, 5-6 minutes, maybe less. I don't know. But FTR gets the win against Jet Speed to kind of open the show. And they play Pyro as they're just wrestling from the pre-show main events. I don't know. That was very clever, very different. So I applaud AEW and the team for that. Then we get Jamie Hayter and Tekla, which I thought was a pretty good match.
Yeah, that was a lot better than I think anybody thought it was. And I think that's why the crowd got so hot behind it because, man, they're beating the shit out of each other.
Tekla is getting more comfortable, I think, with this character, with this group. I think Camille would be better than those two, but who knows? What is it? The Sin Sisters? I don't know who that
Something
is.
Like
but
that.
But Jamie Hayter looks good. I think this was awesome to kind of start the show here. Awesome in a way because they were given, I think, adequate time to showcase what they could do. This has been a feud, so I was happy they kind of got a good payoff, if you will, leading to an eventual blood and guts if their women's roster doesn't keep getting hurt. But But yeah, fine opener. But the match that stole Ryan's heart to end the show, Jurassic Express beating the Young Bucks for $500,000. Returning Jurassic Express, the crowd was hot. The Young Bucks were on. Insufficient funds as their theme song. What was it, like $32.67? Little 90s-ish, but whatever. It's kind of working for the storyline that should have ended 6 months ago. But here we are. But that doesn't stop the Bucks with their in-ring work. I know Ryan again said 5-star right off the bat. I was like, huh? Kind of in and out. Rewatched the match. Might say Ryan might not be wrong. It's fantastic amount of sequences. I'll let you talk into it. But this was, I would say, one of the many surprises, especially rewatching the ending of the Jurassic Express's version of the Doomsday Device.
Dude, I think what gets it for me too is it was almost a sprint for the majority of it to me, and everything was so fucking perfect. It reminded me of those FTR American Alpha matches where they didn't do anything like bonkers, batshit crazy. They didn't need to, do all this extra stuff. They just
that was this whole match was batshit crazy.
But I mean, like, they're not using like thumbtacks.
No weapons. Yeah, correct. Yes.
You know what I mean? It's just they had a great wrestling match.
Crazy.
Yeah, like everything flowed, everything made sense, everything led perfectly, everything had time to breathe. They let the pops come in to get their breath and then to go to the next thing. But they didn't. They just gave you exactly what you want in a wrestling match.
Yes.
That's why I compared it to those NXT tags back in the day that were so good. There wasn't any stipulations, and it was just these guys just working. And the chemistry that those guys have are so good that when I looked and found out that match was 23 minutes, I said, no fucking way that was 23 minutes.
Yeah, Luchasaurus, way over, but great big man energy, and especially after coming off what he endured for probably about a year with his those health issues there. But Jack Perry looking a little bit smaller, but I don't think that you could take too much into that. That was just my only thing. I was like, oh, he looks a lot smaller. But he was still working, putting in great spots, and this was a great match. Which, how do you proceed a fantastic tag match, Ryan? You have a trios match, which is like a tag, but you add 2 more people. The Hurt Syndicate getting their win back against the Demand for the #1 contendership. I didn't even know that was a thing for that. So we will see MVP, who I believe is hurt or saying he has injuries. I'm not sure.
Well, they had the last week was the match and they had lost.
Whoa!
Ricochet came out and cost them the match.
That's right. It's been a minute.
It's been.
Whoa. But yeah, it was fine. I don't really remember it. But what did you think?
It was a perfectly it was like a 3 1/4, 3.5 match. It was nice, stiff, big men wrestling with Ricochet continuing to be such a hidden gem as a heel, and Shelton is always fun. Lashley's giving to the point that sometimes he shouldn't, but damn, it's impressive to watch him.
He loves these guys, man.
Yeah, the way he bumps for these dudes. It's like Hideki Suzuki and Odyssey Jones. Like, it's just, So
but I like the old man MVP. I'm the weak link. People are speculating, is there going to lead to a new member? What's going to happen with the Hurt Syndicate? But I kind of like the story that they're telling.
And I think what works for me too, especially with these Demand matches, since they're losing to them, is Lashley and Shelton can work, and you really get to see them work because that restrictions thing we talk about is gone. That's why Lashley is taking bumps he probably shouldn't take, because he can just do it. No one's going to care because he's trying to get these guys over. So when you get 3 guys who are pros like the Hurt Syndicate, who have been around the block, Like if you would have told me that Bishop Khan and Toa Leona would have got over with Ricochet as a heel,
yeah, no idea that would have happened, but it's working really well.
They're great.
Credit to Ricochet. They really do work as a unit. Seeing them in person, meaning Bishop Khan and Toa Leona, friendly people, very awesome dudes. But I was just shocked where, like, one was your height and one was my height. And I was like, oh. Like, it's one of those where they look bigger on TV. But, yeah, besides that, yeah, they have great chemistry as a unit. And I think with the Hurt Syndicate, I'm hoping this is over. But MVP's looking awesome. He's well over with the crowd. It's good to see him kind of back in the ring consistently.
And I do want to say, too, shout out once again Tony Khan, who gets more flack than positivity, did the simplest thing in the world by having Bishop Khan and Toa Leona turn babyface because the dudes with the infantry turned heel, Cardi Bravo and whatever his name. I can't remember the other dude's name, but the guys that are with Shane Taylor. And they did that double turn on that ROH show, and I remember coming to you going, yo, they did one of the most effective double turns I've seen in decades on this ROH pre-show. And look what it came of it.
Slim J?
No, it was these guys. Now you got Khan and Leo with Ricochet, and Captain Sean Dean and Cardi Bravo are with Shane Taylor, and now they're the trios champs in ROH. So you double turned them, and they both got more over by the double turn. Like, sometimes that's all you got to do is just an effective double turn.
Wow, that's who would have thunk? But yeah, that's a great look there because like you said, it's building more of the youth, which a lot of people complain sometimes about. These organizations as we do, and you just gotta trust them and they're doing work. I mean they're not green, but they're not there yet. They're still learning. But I think with these guys, they're definitely soaking it all in. And what great
getting with
teachers
Ricochet is great too. I think.
Yeah. Ricochet's having a hell of a turnaround. People didn't think this was going to work, but it all started with a pair of scissors. Kyle Fletcher beating Mark Briscoe again for the AEW TNT
this fucking
Championship.
match.
Speaking of chemistry, Mark Briscoe's finally going to doing, I think, another match, or he's calling him out yet again, which I think can work. Fletcher's just a fucking stud. He's a star. He's going to drop this TNT title to Mark Briscoe, but I think that'll be for bigger
huge.
things.
It's a huge change for a good thing.
Yeah, depending on what's going to happen at Full Gear. But, Ryan, can these two miss?
No. And Mark Briscoe is showing of how good of a wrestler he really is. Like, we always knew how great he was, but, not to overshadow him, but Jay was just so much better. I don't want to say so much better, but Jay was just such a presence. Like, he's one of the greatest promos, I think, ever. Like, he's just so captivating. So Mark was always going to be, the second guy. I don't want to call him a Jannetty because he was more a Michaels than Jannetty. You know what I mean? They were Shawn Michaels and Shawn Michaels light. Like, that's what they were. But he was saddling the tag team, and he broke out, and for unfortunate reasons. But he's making the best of every waking opportunity. Where he's one of the best things you could have on a brand because he is a guy who can go in and get beat or win, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't hurt him. And when you reward him and you actually belt him up, he's not going to be one of those faces where they go, well, the chase was fun, now we're over it. They're going to be behind him when he has that TNT title. And if
it was like Kingston.
And if you flip it the other way, unfortunate incident, Mark Davis got hurt. But, if you remember back when I said, Alex, you got to watch the Velocities and Aussie Open.
Yeah.
This little scrawny guy, this tall, scrawny thing might become something someday if he can ever, learn how to not have to be a tag worker. Mark Davis got hurt. He filled his body out, and he's one of the most can't miss things this company has now.
Definitely.
And both of these guys came out at like this same point of becoming stars, and they happened to figure it out against each other where they really started figuring out how to do it like the way they are, and now they're just tied together, I think. Because their chemistry is just undoubted.
Yeah, the rivalry they have and will continue to have has been something special this year for this company. Just because it's been highlighting Fletcher because it gets him that heat because he's going against like the biggest crowd favorite within this company, and that Darby Allin, and Eddie Kingston Eddie Kingston before he came back recently, but like you said, when Briscoe finally gets that win, that fucking roof is going to blow and the internet's going to scream with joy. So, yeah, you keep going on with these two, but I think bigger things are hopefully on the horizon for Fletcher.
And if anybody wants to say, does it matter that he keeps winning like this? Is it a big win? Who's probably the most protected male wrestler on that roster, you think?
Darby Allin.
I was going to go MJF.
Oh, yeah.
Mark Briscoe beat that man at the last show, and then Fletcher goes and beat Briscoe. So think of it that way. They're this behind Fletcher. If they had Briscoe win up over MJF just to keep elevating Fletcher and building them more together. So, this is Fletcher, to me, in a way, getting a lick over an MJF push match. So they're elevating Fletcher through that. So
God, that was such a good match. I forgot that.
Yeah, it was incredible.
Oh,
and like I said, MJF did all that to get Briscoe up for this match. And look, and now this is why they do good business. I understand that ticket sales suck, and it is what it is. But the product's good, man. I really enjoy it lately. There's a lot of fun shit, and they really are pushing a lot of good new talent. They got in a situation that New Japan got into with the exodus to the WWE with their group of injuries that all happened at the same time, and they're still putting shit on TV that's good.
They are putting on enjoyable weekly shows. I'm excited to watch Collision this weekend. Pretty big tag match.
Talk about making the best of a bad situation that a company like New Japan did not.
Yeah. That's very true. But yeah, they are just flexing what they have, and one that flexes a new AEW Women's World Championship. Ryan Chris Statlander defeats Timeless Tony Storm. Pretty cool moment. A shock win, but Statlander's been on the up and up for many years. But even with the character transitions, good, bad, and a Stokely Hathaway, what have you. I don't know, it works because she should have had this title so many times before, or if not, other TBS championship runs before. Interesting win. I don't know. It's nothing bad. It's nothing good. It was a fine match. I think what a good test will be is the Full Gear match, the upcoming match with Mercedes Moné. Because I think they're telling stories, and all this is just saying, actually, Chris Statlander, her storyline with Tony Storm and kind of the back and forth, the vignettes, hey, we're not going to touch each other before the match, and you know what, fuck it, let's go to the ring. After having a heavy debate, Statlander has grown leaps and bounds, it seems, this year. And just finally, she's just given the ball, and she's just going down the court. And again, a good start to hopefully not a short run as champion, because I think with everyone behind her, she can go far. And Mercedes Moné right away stares down Statlander, comes to the ring, has her open challenge. It's a Mina Shirakawa. It comes on down. It's for the interim ROH Women's World Television Championship, and Moné beats Shirakawa here. and you get a setup, and you have Monet with another belt. At least it's internal this time. But what did you think of them going back-to-back women's championship matches?
I didn't really mind that. I think my biggest issue of it all was the way that Monet just pushed away the new champion after beating Toni Storm. Like, she beats Storm and then gets sunned.
That's her character.
But so now it looks like Statlander is scared of Monet. Like, not scared of, but like, she just let her punk her out. And I understand she got her comeuppance at the end, obviously.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I didn't like the aesthetic of having Storm dropping the title to basically have it get... It was almost like when Lesnar beat Kofi and then Cain Velasquez came out.
Forgot about that.
You know what I mean? It was just like, well, what was... And like, I got the whole point was to make Velasquez look good against Lesnar, so that's why they did the thing. But then people were like, well, they just buried Kofi. Well, I get it was to have Monet come out and look strong as a competitor, but Statlander had been champ for 13 seconds. Like,
yeah.
I think it should have been the other way around.
The thing is, I'm annoyed with, and I agree with that to a point, but again, I think that's more of Monet's kind of just how
she's the bigger star, so I agree with that. I agree with everything about it.
And she has like 19 championships, so yeah, of course she's going to look down. She's like, I'm coming for your belt. Like, she's like saying, hey, you're mine. She's just doing that, you know.
If Statlander would have sat at ringside, I might not have been as mad.
That would have been cool. Okay. That would have been nice.
Because she walked away from her.
What I'm annoyed about, though, is Toni Storm is dropping this belt just so she can win the inaugural AEW Women's Tag Team belts with Mina Shirakawa, who also lost the belt, who are also the team and lovers or whatever the gimmick is.
Juice Robinson, you sly devil.
Bless your heart, Juliet Juice. But yeah, it was interesting, but not as interesting as this next match.
Oh, boy, was this great.
Of the year? Probably. Is it my match of the year? I mean, possibly. I don't know. I got a lot to research. Brodito taking on and defending their AEW World Tag Team Championships against the Don Callis family, one Kazuchika Okada and Konosuke Takeshita, who have massive tension within each other. This was just a fantastic story. The bonus was the wrestling. What you were there for is to see what Okada and Takeshita were going to do to each other. A lot of middle fingers, a lot of, I didn't, save my partner. To a lot of, hey, I'm going to visibly strike my partner because I'm Okada. And then, Brody King and Bandito doing crazy shit to their opponents as they're kind of going back and forth at each other. Just a rambunctious, fun match. This could have main evented any show this year and would have blown the socks off. Honestly, I think the better of the three. The final three, if not of the whole show, this was just magic, and what Bandito was doing is
he's so good.
He's easily running as wrestler of 2025. If he's not in the PWI like top 5 next year, I will be very fucking shocked. But he's definitely number 2 in all of our hearts. But Ryan, what did you think of this fantastic defense of the tag championships?
Look, everything that I said a few months ago when people were shitting on him is starting to happen, and I don't want to take my victory lap yet, but Alex, I remember saying that I think Kazuchika Okada is just coasting because he's getting ready to ramp up to have a G1 style Continental Classic where he's going to go through and defend his title every single night and win all the matches and put on a GOAT G1 performance. We just got to wait until he decides to turn it up.
Yeah, but they get all of that overseas.
So then we see him and Kenny.
Yep.
We see him and before Kenny, him and Ibushi in that match on Dynamite.
Well, soon.
We get the Okada Takeshita original tag match together where they had their animosity, but greatly worked together with combination moves.
Yep.
We get Okada Mike Bailey. We get Okada then against Bandito on Dynamite.
Yes.
Which was
that's what I watched.
Which was
awesome.
3 days later with one of the greatest finishes I've ever seen in my life. He's on the rope for that 21 plex, and as Bandito hits the ropes and is not looking, he takes 2 steps back, so Bandito flips over him and is confused like anyone else would be, and he grabs him, gotcha, Rainmaker. It was perfect. But then let's not forget about Okada.
I wanted to ask you that.
This is the last match.
What does that say about the Ring of Honor World Championship, that your Continental Champion's beating them clean?
I don't think it's that bad because he beat him clean in the tag match, and right now he's the tag champ. Yeah. So the tag champ should win the tag match.
Okay.
People are talking about, like, I know like Joe Lanza especially shitting all over how Bandito lost. I don't fucking see the problem. It's Kazuchika Okada. He's being penned as your headliner. Of course he's going to beat the Ring of Honor champ, who's a secondary guy. And him losing to Okada does nothing to hurt Bandito.
Oh, no, I'm not saying it.
No, I know you're not saying it. I'm just conveying in general. Like, people are acting like this is hurting Bandito. This doesn't hurt Bandito.
Oh, no, not at all. It's another match of the year candidate. It felt so rushed, and that was the unfortunate thing. You give him the same amount of time at a pay-per-view yet again. Oh my God, that could be gangbusters. And then you give Bandito the win.
Yeah, have him get his win back. Yeah, it just you can't have him lose a singles match going into potentially needing to put over Takeshita at the Dome.
Exactly. Yeah, Okada has to go on the biggest stretch, 100%.
So I think there's a chance that they're going to wrestle at Full Gear, and they're going to pay the match off before New Japan gets to do it. Which I don't think is
stupid business.
It is, but I also don't think it's bad if you have Okada win and then have Takeshita get the win back at the Dome, because then he's beating the guy who left, and maybe he gets cheered finally because everyone's going to hate Okada for leaving and not wanting anything to do with them. So maybe it's a good way to use Okada as an X-Pac heat to get Takeshita saying, hell yeah, he beat the guy who left us. He really is still here. But the match that I was going to say that belongs on there too, to also prove my point about Okada ramping it up suddenly, is the Okada Takeshita Dorada 3-way.
Yeah.
Which is the best match Dorada's had in his entire life. Like, Okada is suddenly ramping back up, like he's getting ready to have one of those tournaments, man. And I said that, and I'm starting to see it, and I think others are seeing it, and I'm getting ready to say I told you so. Because this motherfucker, we thought he was washed for a minute, and I was right there agreeing with everybody. Boy, was I wrong, and boy, was everybody else wrong, because this guy can go.
I'm loving the middle finger Macarena. I'm loving Okada's persona. Just keep it going.
You know what?
And Dylan Okada, I haven't seen this.
So to everybody who shits on it that he's being goofy, who fucking cares? This dude is having some fun right now. I'm into it. I like his new theme. I'm into this new Okada. He's trying to do something on the second part of his career, like a lot of goats do, to see how great they really are. Let it fall in place and see what happens. This is his Kurt Angle TNA run right now. This is his Michaels in '98 coming back. This is his second run. Let him run with it and see what he can do.
That's how I feel about our next match. Samoa Joe losing to Hangman Adam Page, setting up a rematch for Full Gear because Samoa Joe and the Ops go heel, Ryan. I believe they're trios champions, right?
Yep.
This was actually a good match.
Mm-hmm.
To the fact of who was going to win, but you knew it was going to be a pretty damn good match. But Joe telling the story kind of, what do I have to do, to getting him essentially to the breaking point of jumping Adam Page after the win there, after, saying, hey, I'm going to hug you and celebrate you and raise your hand. And, they just jumped, beat the shit out of him. But their chemistry is very good. Their previous match was, I believe, a couple years ago. It was fine, but it wasn't. Is Adam Page only good at the chase than champion? This is a fine match, but I don't think I'm Adam Page is like reigns as champion, unless it's like against an MJF or a Swerve or a tag with Omega. Like, what else is there?
Like, I don't. No, I wouldn't say all that.
No, I mean that's very wrong for me to say, but like Adam Page's run has just been okay.
I think a couple things are hurting him right now, and I don't want this to sound like a cop out.
Political.
But I think the Okada Takeshita thing is really, really over right now. And you heard the pop when he got up to get in Takeshita's face. Like, that's an over-ass segment. I think you're always going to play second fiddle, which is why they didn't even make it the main event, I think, to finishing that Darby-Moxley thing. You had to do it that way.
But I thought that was smart.
Yeah, I do too, because that match was more of your spectacle kind of a match of what it was meant to be. And I think Paige and Joe worked a really, really good, like 4 1/4 match. That was hard hitting. Yeah. It was stiff. They have really good chemistry together. And I think now people are going to care more about it because you have a heel in there with Hangman. And Hangman, I think, does a better job when he has an antagonist rather than he's trying to play 50-50 with another babyface like Ospreay. Because what helped that match was Ospreay's just become so good on the mic. He helped carry those segments. Mm-hmm. And when Hangman's in there with somebody like that, he can keep going. But when he needs to be on his own, he needs to be with a heel, I think. So I think giving Joe a heel, like the way that the show ended today, I thought was fantastic with him as Shivani, and then he busts the beer bottle. Like, that's what people want from Hangman.
I think why I like the match a little more, even though, again, it's something, it was a serviceable match, was the Joe, quote-unquote, turn. He's just a pissed off dude. I get it. Like, he's like, why are you champion? Like, I'm better than you. I'm Samoa Joe. I think kind of has that nice what if, type of thing. If not, a return, I'm sure will happen, for this, to conclude that match at Full Gear. But yeah, the Samoa Joe, he's dangerous, and, you can do some big stuff with Paige, and I'm sure it'll be a gimmick match. What kind of gimmick match do you think the rematch is going to be?
Where the show's in New Jersey. I don't know.
It'll be a Jersey Shore brawl to end them all.
I mean,
can't be a quit match, that's for sure.
No, I don't think you have to have one. I mean, you could, I guess, but I mean, if you want to do something, look, I know it's cliche, but it's better than doing a ladder match. Just give it a street fight. They'll come up with some creative ways to beat the shit out of each other, and we don't have to have something hanging from a ceiling. If you want to do something,
do the Bucks help him against the other ops?
I don't know. See, I'm wondering what's going to happen now after that Callis thing. Like, the company always has everybody intertwined with everybody in weird ways. So, like, the whole Callis thing today, it's like, okay,
true.
What is that going to do now? So it keeps you asking, or keeps you guessing. I love that FTR won that tag thing. I hope they win the tag titles because I think they've been the best
matches of the year.
Yeah, I think they've been one of the best tag teams, if not the best tag team in the world this year.
Take that, Edge and Christian.
Nice day.
What did you think when you saw Gandalf Sting appear?
That was awesome.
During this match with Jon Moxley losing, saying I quit, tapping, what have you.
You want to know why the Sting thing was so perfect?
Oh, it was wonderful. And I'm not a Sting guy, but that was fucking dope.
Sting always stays out of it when he has to, but, he shows up, and when he shows up, he's got Moxley, and he gives him that, I let you guys deal with this shit on your own, but this has gone too far, and now I'm here to fuck you up. And then Moxley has that holy fuck fear in his eyes because of Sting looking fucking awesome. and then there's water and glass. I was terrified with the glass in the water. I'm like, I hope nobody cuts their arm open on this
sugar glass, my man.
Let's hope.
You remember that was like talk for like 3 days? Where was it too excessive? Who was it? Brody Lee's widow is going off against Sarah Stock, and is it appropriate for kids even though it was like at midnight? Is it not appropriate? All this jibber jabber. I mean, what else do you expect from a feud of this manner? They pushed the envelope, that is for sure, but what are your thoughts? Were you like, oh man, I wouldn't want my kid to watch this at 11 p.m.?
No, but I also wouldn't let my 9-year-old watch it because I'm not stupid.
Whoa, you wouldn't let him watch wrestling or this match?
No, this match, because he wouldn't understand that, I don't think yet. But I also...
But he's Darby Allin.
But I also understand when I'm turning on my television, too. So, like, I'm also a cautious parent. The people that let 8-year-old kids watch this, maybe you should be paying attention. But that's a discussion for another day.
Yeah.
This match, to me, was everything it should have been. When me and Demetrius, in December of, I think, 2007, had, like, our last, like, one-on-one match we had, aside from after MCW, but that was like our final time. We said, if we run this company if we run this for another 5 years, we're never gonna have a one-on-one match. This is really how we're gonna end it. We're gonna try to break away this feud, but keep the feud, kind of swerve and hangman it. It's always have it around, but never make it a focal point. So that if we ever decided to rehash it, would be a big deal. And we had an I Quit match for that last match. And and Demetrius said, what do you want to do for a finish? I said, you need to strangle me until I say the words I quit. Because we hate each other to the point that I'm going to try to kill you by strangling you because I don't know what else to do to kill you and to make you quit. So you're going to start strangling back, and then I will be the pussy and say I quit because you're strangling me. So we did something very similar, 20 years ago.
Wow.
I love it. If you're doing a match of that magnitude with that type of hate that's supposed to have, and you can't physically get this guy to quit, and you're like, I'm not going to lose. All right, cool. Let's just fucking dunk his head in water. That was awesome to me. I thought it called me crazy, but that you want to showcase hate. They showed hate in that match.
You're not wrong. It was wonderful. No, it was just good storytelling. Clearly it's not going to be over. We got a blood and guts gimmick. Maybe Moxley will finally get his vacation. But let's be real. You finished Dynamite, right? About this?
Yeah.
Let's be real. Roddy turns on it's so obvious. He turns on his team.
Oh my God. I want that to happen more than anything right now.
And then he takes over for Moxley. They kick Moxley out, and he's the new bland leader of the Death Riders. Actually, Cesaro is the new leader.
Yeah, or give it to Garcia.
Of the Death Eaters. I love that he loves Joshi, but
I'm just saying, if you're gonna truly try to do something with him, and that's why you put him in the group, here's your opportunity. And if this doesn't,
but then he has to take out Moxley
then perfect. And you know what? If it doesn't work, then he's not a main eventer.
Yeah. And he'll finally get that vacation.
And what do you got to hurt? What do you have to lose? You tried it with Kyle Fletcher and it worked. And your top guys are still out. Yeah. I think it's a no-brainer. I think Daniel Garcia should take over that group. I think I've worked myself into a shoot on this.
Wait a second. Is Swerve going to come out to help Hangman Adam Page against the Ops at Full Gear?
I don't think he's cleared yet.
He's not clear? Oh, I thought he was going to be back sooner rather than later.
I think it's like December.
Oh, we'll get well soon. Maybe we'll see him in Chicago at World's End, where Hangman Adam Page will defend his title against Christian.
Hell yeah.
Well, we'll get that Continental Classic Championship, but that's a month and a half, or 2 months, actually, from now. But AEW, good stuff. Japan, great stuff. Iyo Sky, what have you. She is the apple of everyone's eye. She is the best. Ryan, what do you got to plug?
We were going to do something tonight, but it's going to go to Sunday. So Sunday night we are going to do a mystery on Wrestle Draft. But tomorrow night, at some point, we'll get it published.
Wait, can we do that early?
Yes, on Sunday we can, because I get off work at 4.
Talk.
So we will get this figured out. And if you can get on, maybe we'll do that G1 draft, because people are asking to do that one. Or maybe we do this hidden one that only you know. You'd be the only one that would know the cards, so you'd be like the ringer. That'd be fantastic. I love it.
Ooh.
But tomorrow night we're going to be doing a Halloween Havoc one for the sake of Halloween. So I don't know everybody that's going to be involved in it right now. We're kind of putting together the team now. But we will have that hopefully released at some point early Saturday morning, like normal. That's about all we got on the docket. Otherwise, next week we'll be back with more WrestleCast. And I think it's going to start getting, to me, Alex, I'm going to start putting in effort to my end-of-year awards ballot, I think. I really want to make this count this year, I think, with us being more active. I'm going to go through the same process that I did to create that magazine. And I would like to have your input in it and your thoughts on some of the matches, and maybe see if we can get, like how I had guest writers do the match of the year reviews, get more stuff like that, and try to maybe put together something nice in 50 pages, and then get them made. So that's gonna.
I like that idea. Good idea. Yeah.
So I want to start having some of that talk. I go on vacation for 8 days on the 16th coming up here. So I'm going to literally make a spreadsheet and get an average grade for every single wrestler I've seen this year, and really put to the test. So I might have some interesting numbers in the next couple weeks of statistics of wrestlers who maybe are superseding my thoughts and some that aren't. And get some
Watch
debate
out,
about those
Teton.
too. Otherwise, yeah, man, just excited and glad we got to knock this out today, Alex.
Yes, I am Alex. He is Ryan. Say goodnight, Ryan.
Good night, Ryan.